I had a brother. My brother. I had a brother that was on crack back in the day, right? I had a brother that was a crackhead, and I often used to wonder to myself, how did my brother end up on crack? You know, like how did you let somebody get you on crack? You know what I'm saying? I often used to wonder that, like, you didn't think that crack was whack, you know? But then I thought about it. Crack was whack when I was in elementary. Let me see. I was in elementary school in the 80s. My bad, y'all. Okay, so I was in elementary school in the 80s, right? And the whole thing that they would do when I was in elementary school in the 80s, they would always jam it down our throats. Just say no. Crack is whack. You know. They had a song back in the day called "Your Mama Smoked Crack Rock." I forgot the name of the damn rap group, but it was a local little rap group that did a song called "Your Mama Smoked Crack Rock." So when I was a kid, we was always taught that crack is whack, and you don't want to be no crackhead. We used to laugh at the crackheads in our neighborhood, you know. But then my brother got on crack, and I always used to think to myself, damn, like, how did my brother get on crack? Like, everybody know that being on crack was like a bad thing. Like, you would get clowned if you was on crack, you know? We used to, like I said, we used to laugh and clown crackheads back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. And, my brother ended up getting on crack. And I always used to think to myself, of all the drugs for you to get on, what made you want to get on crack? Like, it was like out there that crack was whack. But my brother and a lot of his friends he went to high school with was on crack. Then I thought about it. My brother and them graduated in the late 70s. Right? They graduated in the late 70s. Around the time crack has just started to kind of come out. People don't realize that before crack was like known as a bad drug, before people knew what it was, people just thought it was just like a regular, street drug, and it wasn't no side effects to it, and it was just white little rock, Matter of fact, back in the day, like I would say, like in the early 80s, like late 70s, when cops would catch you with crack back then, because they didn't know what it was, they would just throw it away and let you keep it and let you go, because they didn't know exactly what it was. It's not until Reagan came into the picture and he came into the, into the mix that he started kind of like making it where, okay, crack is very addictive, it's bad, it destroys families, you know what I'm saying? It was this whole crackdown on, crack and drug dealers and cocaine, What people didn't realize is that Bush was the one who had brought all of this shit up in here. Not Bush, I'm sorry, Reagan. Ronald Reagan in the 80s. He the one who brought all that shit up in here, But I would say after 85, it was looked at as bad, and if you got caught with crack, you got years in prison, in jail. So, but it's just interesting. Like, I thought to myself, how did my brother get on it? And I thought to myself, well, back when he was a teenager or when he got out of high school, crack wasn't looked at as a bad thing, but people didn't really know what it was, and people didn't realize how addictive it was. And my brother tried it a couple times and he got hooked. And that was it. He didn't have that, he didn't catch the just say no propaganda that me and a bunch of other kids my age in the 80s had got. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I was just thinking about that. What y'all think?